All right, so welcome to tonight's Building Your Foundation, a wellness journey or wellness made simple. So, just a little bit of an introduction about me. My name is Veronique. I live in Ontario, have 4 kids, and yes, this is a French accent. I am from Quebec, and I have been teaching about natural health for the last 10 years. And the way that I came into it was through essential oils, through doTERRA essential oils. This is how it went. I asked my friend that I saw was selling oils, do you have something for allergies? And she said, yes, buy this and this and that. I was like, okay, hook me up. And a whole new world opened up to me, a whole new way of taking care of my health and my family's health from a more holistic way, and also looking at root causes of things. Because with for me it started with allergies. I always assumed that, well, you have allergies, that's just how it is. I never thought you could actually get rid of allergies, and that's what happened. So one of the products that I'm talking about today is what did it. It helped recalibrate my immune system. So from there, I just decided, well, everybody needs to know about this, especially every mom. So I made it part of my life mission to tell others about this. So I've been teaching classes like this online and in person for over 10 years, and I am still just as passionate, if not more, about it, because now I have helped hundreds and thousands of people, of families, using very powerful and effective tools for their health, and it just makes me want to do it more, especially whenever they message me and people say, thank you so much, I feel so much better, I sleep better, I have so much more energy, I started running again. We had that comment this week. Because I have the energy, it just fills me up. So tonight I want to talk to you about foundational wellness. And um, it really starts at the cellular level. The biggest factor to being healthy is for your cells to be healthy. And we need to give our cells the nutrients that they need. That's the foundation of our health. That's the green line at the bottom, is the nutrition part. And I think sometimes people think that we can just, do the rest. It's okay if you don't eat quite right, you can make up for it. And the thing is, if your cells are not getting the minerals and nutrients that they need to thrive, everything else that you do on top of that is just not going to cut it. There's no replacement for cellular health. So when you don't take care of that, you're basically playing whack-a-mole with your health. There's symptoms that arise here and there, and you're constantly, well, okay, so now I have hair loss, trying to fight that. I have digestive issue, trying to fight that. I have all of a sudden skin issues, trying to fight here and there. When If you took care of your nutrient deficiencies, a lot of these things would disappear. And I have witnessed it over and over and over again. People come to doTERRA Wellness Advocates a lot of times when they've exhausted the modern healthcare. Of course, they've tried all of the things, and they turn to something natural. Sometimes they've even tried a naturopath and nothing worked. And then they come to us and say, okay, what do you have? So, of course, we look at the root issue. And oftentimes people will want an essential oil to try, let's say, to fix their hair loss. Well, let's look at the root issue. The root issue is not the lack of an essential oil, although there are essential oils that will help stimulate hair growth. Why is your hair falling in the first place, right? So that's what we'll look at. And oftentimes when people take proper supplements that will be absorbed by their body, things balance out and their bodies start thriving, and it's like, oh, all like these symptoms all of a sudden disappear. So that's what we want to look at the foundation, the nutrition. Because if we don't pay attention to it, well, the pyramid gets reversed, right? We don't want that, because you'll be forced to deal with more proactive medical care if you don't take care of the bottom of the pyramid. and you'll be dealing with the negative effect of lack of nutrients. So our lifestyle choices that we make each day are the foundation of our wellness. And our body is generally a reflection of our lifestyle. I know through like our 20s and 30s, we can get away with certain things. And then in our 40s, maybe we start feeling it a little more. It's less forgiving, you know? And doTERRA has amazing products to support your body at every level. No product can magically counteract the bad choices that people make at the bottom of the pyramid, especially. But and you'll hear all about oils and the amazing tools that we have. So here we go. Okay, so first of all, I want to establish what we're talking about, why, quickly. Okay, so nutrients requirement. This is from Stats Canada. There's a lot of people that are lacking nutrients, that are lacking vital nutrients. So the cells are not happy. The cells are not functioning as they should when we're not getting the proper nutrients to feed them. And why is that? We can thank modern farming for that. I know that a lot of people are very careful with what they buy, you know, more organic, but the thing is, even organic food does not necessarily solve the problem of the void of nutrition. Because what has happened in modern farming is that even our healthy foods are different. Because for the last couple centuries, agricultural breeding, so, you know, what they've done with our seeds has been to improve yield and taste, not nutrition. A lot of times micronutrients don't taste very good. So inadvertently, they get bred out of our food. And that's what has happened to our food. So these apples here, they don't taste great. I don't know if you've ever stopped on the side of the road and tried to eat a crab apple. It's very sour. We're used to that sweet apple from the store, but the thing is, that apple has 100 times more phytonutrients than your store-bought apple. And same goes with the vitamin C and so on. There's so much missing from our food. So we can still function, right, with nutrients missing here and there, but we are experiencing symptoms because the nutrient balance, like as in the picture here, uh, is it's on low. So what do we do? Well, that's where proper supplementation comes in. It's so important to take care of our body's foundational needs and not skip proper nutrition. And yes, eating healthy is important, but in our modern day, we need a proper supplement to fill those gaps. And um, there's amazing side effects from taking a whole supplement that actually feeds yourself. I've been using doTERRA supplements for over 10 years, not the one on the picture here, the pill version. So we have two versions. And the reason why I had started actually was for energy, because someone told me I would have more energy. And I was looking to get a supplement anyways, because I was about to have my fourth baby. And I thought, I'm going to need some energy. Well, about 4 weeks postpartum, I was telling my midwife that I was ready to start running again. And she was like, hang on, calm down, calm down. Why do you have so much energy? I just, you know, felt so good. Honestly, the best I've felt from like of all my four pregnancies. But the best part is that that's what took care of my allergies. So the proper supplementation, the antioxidants, helped reduce inflammation and help recalibrate my immune system to the point where I was like, where's my allergy symptoms? I had them year round to dust mites. So I've never had, you know, problems with my skin, my nails, my hair since, or my sleep is better than ever. Not to mention all of the health benefits that we don't get to see, right? Like we don't see what happens on the inside. We feel it sometimes, but I'm sure that there is a lot more than I don't know that is happening. So on the picture here is the green juice that a lot of people talk about, the VMG. So okay, so let me tell you a little bit more about what VMG does. So it really supports gut health, reduces inflammation, gets rid of oxidative stress on your cell. And that's really important. And that's something that is in all of doTERRA's supplements, is really focusing on the cellular health. So helping neutralize free radicals that damage our cells, and that affects every single area of health. So in VMG, you have a lot of different things. You have 90 different ingredients. And what's really neat is that a lot of vitamins, a lot of people will supplement one vitamin, one mineral here and there, right? And just isolate it. And the thing is that that's not how it is in nature. That's not how our body responds best. So what you want to do is sometimes it'll be necessary for some supplements, for some vitamins, some mineral to be supplemented extra on top of your regular dose. But it's always best to start with a whole vitamin, a multivitamin and minerals, and there's greens also in here, because your body will better respond to a synergy, and also that it's food source and really focused on the bioavailability. So making sure that your body is able to absorb, because a lot of people take supplements and don't see any of the results that I talked about. It just goes right through them. First of all, synthetic vitamins cannot be absorbed and utilized by our bodies. That's why there's very little results. But also, unless there's a bioavailable blend, that there's other things that help with the absorption in the body, then it's not going to be super effective. So there's the cellular support here. You have the bioavailability boost, the superfood blend, and the nutrition blend. It's very, very complete, but also very focused on absorption. So what about the bioavailable blend? So the bioavailability refers to the rate at which vitamins are absorbed into the bloodstream, right? And a quality supplement does not just lie on what it's sourced from or the quantity. A lot of people ask me, well, what's the quantity of, B12, or how much vitamin C do you have in here? And that is not as important as the bioavailability, because you could have 200% of your daily dose, but what is actually going to be retained by your body? So that's why doTERRA added the liposomal technology. So the vitamins, the minerals, the greens are encased in a protective lipid layer, and that allows for 500% greater absorption than typical capsules. So that's why when you look on the side of the box, the amounts are not crazy high, because they are absorbed. So you don't need the 200% because only 25% gets absorbed, right? So without this, it would just be barely absorbed nutrients. So your cells are better nourished, you're energized, and that helps you feel more balanced. And the essential oils in it are a very big part of that. They're not just a flavor, actually. They're really not a flavor in this, in the VMG. They play a critical role in the absorption. So for example, the peppermint and the ginger, they help support the production of digestive enzymes and bile, breaking down the food and nutrients for better absorption. Then you have the lemongrass and lavender and the ginger. They reduce inflammation, they strengthen the lining of your intestine, and that improves nutrient uptake. And then you have the wild orange peppermint, and that improves nutrient absorption by balancing the gut microbiome. That's something that's very important and not a lot of people think about. Wild orange also provides antioxidants that helps combat oxidative why can't I say that? Oxidative stress. With essential oils, basically, you are taking it up a notch, right? So I don't typically like to compare with other companies, but this one is just too blatant. Like, I have to show you. So here's a visible proof of how effective the bioavailability blend is and how needed it is. So here we're comparing the absorption rate of calcium in VMG, AG1, Centrum, and Power Greens. By the way, Centrum does not contain calcium, so that's why it's not there. It's 100% absorption in VMG. That's amazing. And that's what you want. That's what everybody should know about their supplements. Am I actually absorbing it? Unfortunately, I don't think every company does these tests. Now, you also have E omega. We always recommend the whole food supplements as well as omegas, as well as probiotics. So I'll get to that. The omegas, omega 3s, it's so needed in our body. And unless you eat wild caught fish every day, you're not getting enough. And DHA especially makes up 20 to 25% of our brain fat. So that's really critical for our neurons, our cognitive functions, mood regulation. There's no other nutrient that directly builds and maintains our brain cells like DHA. And these omegas, I am telling you, I have seen even kids on the spectrum completely change from taking a good omega-3 dose. And I'm going to tell you why they're different in a minute. But let's stick with why omega-3s. So they keep the cell membranes also flexible and functional. That helps with the transport of nutrients and the communication between cells. And that's important for heart, for brain, and for immune health. Oh my goodness, it's needed in so many things. It also improves the HDL, and HDL is known as the good cholesterol because it helps remove excess cholesterol from the bloodstream. Omega-3s increase HDL level, which is great for heart health. They lower triglycerides. Triglycerides are a type of fat in the blood that, when too high, can increase the risk of heart disease. That's something that we start thinking about at my age. Omega-3s, they reduce triglyceride levels, and that helps to keep the blood healthier and reduce strain on the heart. And that's what we need to do when we want to be proactive with our health and not wait until you have a heart issue. So you want to take care of it now. So here's the unique feature about doTERRA's omegas, because you can find omegas pretty much everywhere. But you can find this if you do a little quick research, that they found between 50 and 70, like you'll see different research, between 50 and 70% of omega-3 supplements on the shelves are already oxidized when, like, just sitting on the shelf before they get to you. They're already oxidized. What does that mean? That matters because if they're already oxidized, they will cause inflammation, not reduce it. How did they get oxidized? Well, it could be low quality processing. They're rancid because of poor storage, and just sitting there without something that protects it, that protects its integrity, will do that. And what protects its integrity in this is the wild orange essential oil. Remember, I told you it's in VMG as well because it's an antioxidant. So it is in the omegas to protect its integrity, and that makes it so it does not oxidize and it stays intact. And the way that you know if your omega-3 supplement is oxidized is it will have a strong fishy smell, and it can be cloudy as well. Our omegas, a lot of people chew them because they're quite big capsule, but you can chew them. The kids chew them. It tastes like wild orange. It does not taste like fish. And that's the way it should be. Okay, I know that's a lot of info. Hang in there. Omega-3s also have a very important role in the aging process. They keep our telomeres healthy. And the telomeres are extended by 8% with people that have a lot of omega-3s in their blood. What the heck does that mean? Telomeres is the little golden thing here on the picture at the ends of of our DNA, and it protects of a chromosome. It protects our genetic data. It basically, you can know how old someone is biologically if you were able to look at the length of their telomeres. So the omega-3, they keep basically they keep the ends from tangling, they keep the ends strong, and that is one of the primary ways to slow to slow the aging process, is to maintain a really strong and healthy telomere. Isn't that cool? And omega-3s really help you do that. So if that's not a reason to take omega-3s, I don't know what will. And here's another one here on absorption. They are absorbed without a doubt. 100% of participants in that study saw an improvement in their omega-3 levels. I want to quickly just show you the pill version of doTERRA supplements, a bioavailable supplement, food source, and this one has the omega in it as well, and lots of antioxidants. This is the one that I have been taking for 10 years because the liquid version is newer. And it is a very complete supplement option with all that you need, very high absorption rate also. And it truly is the best on the market in the pill form. So I chose to show you the VMG first because a lot of people like the fact that they can drink their vitamin and not have to take a pill. But in terms of effectiveness, they are both amazing. So I already told you the story with the no more allergies and the postpartum. This was what I was using. So very, very, very good. Um, okay, so both VMG and LLV, so both the liquid and the pill form, contain a cellular health blend. Why? Because cellular health directly impacts the nutrients absorption, because healthy sugars ensure that nutrients are properly transported and metabolized, utilized for essential bodily functions. Our cells need protection. What are free radicals? Where they come from? Pollution, UV rays, exposure to toxins, processed food, sugar, alcohol, even stress. um, and free radicals are unstable molecules that cause damage to our DNA. They steal electrons from stable molecule, and that leads to cell damage. So that's the oxidization. And then antioxidants, what they do is they protect our cells by neutralizing free radicals. And they do that by donating an electron without becoming unstable themselves. And that stops the chain reaction of cellular damage. Antioxidants and this blend of cellular health could not be more important, right? Human clinical study showed that taking VMG plus lowered average epigenetic age by about 2 years. In the same study, after that, after using VMG plus for about 6 weeks, the healthy participant experienced an average reduction of 27% of their C-reactive protective protein levels, a key marker in inflammatory disease. So, and that is because both of the nutrient absorption and all of the minerals, but also very, very, very could be attributed very much so to the cellular health blend and all of the antioxidants that are in there. So that's why we are hyper focused on antioxidants. It's so important for the health of our cells. Okay, so last but not least, I need to tell you about these probiotics. We have the PB Restore and the PB Assist, both amazing. And I am not sure that a lot of people understand not only how important probiotics are, but also what is the difference between all of the probiotics out there and what to look for. So what you need to look for is, well, not only the fact that your probiotic needs to get to the gut, so it needs to be in the gut, so you don't want it to be destroyed by stomach acid, but you need pre, pro, and postbiotic for the proper absorption. And the other thing to look for is how many strands, because you're going to need variety to really populate your gut for it to have a good effect. Because sometimes people look for the quantity of that one strain, and that's not all that helpful, because what you want is to be able to crowd out pathogens in your gut, and to be able to offer a lot of variety is what is going to give you a strong microbiome, not just having a lot of one beneficial bacteria. So probiotics are like security guards. They make sure that the right people or nutrients get through, while they keep the intruders, the pathogens, and the toxins out. And a strong gut lining is like locked doors and reinforced walls that keep the invaders from sneaking into your bloodstream, because that's a very real thing. And a diverse microbiome is like having a well-rounded team, and each strain has a different role, it has different strengths, and it gives you a multi-layered support. That's why it's important to have a diversity. And that's important in looking in your probiotic supplement. But think of that when you think of food as well, because you're gonna have more variety of beneficial bacteria the more you eat different foods. So a good probiotic supplement will have a variety of diversity of good bacteria, and that's going to make your gut lining very strong. So this one has 30 bioactive compounds and includes the prebiotic fiber, and 24 active culture in a time release double layer capsules. That's what you want, because you want it to get to where it needs to go, and so bypassing the harsh environment of our stomach. um all right, so this is why it's important, right? Because a strong microbiome, it's not just for your digestion, it's also for your neurotransmitters, it's also for your hormone metabolization, and for your immunity, for your mental health, for everything. It's so, so important. Um, Here you can see in the probiome, you have a lot of diversity, and they all have each their role. Um, One I like to point out, doTERRA made sure to include strains that not only benefit your gut microbiome, but also the skin and vaginal microbiomes, which are also very important if you want to avoid yeast infections. Okay, so I love essential oils. This is how I came into the world of natural health. And one thing that doTERRA has implemented in the last year is this program where when you buy your supplement, so when you buy your foundational wellness supplement, either your LLV or VMG and Omega and your probiotic, you get to build your essential oil collection for free throughout the year. Each month there's a free oil. So that is amazing, because you get to basically upgrade your health and wellness routine using essential oils, basically free for using your supplements. And they each have a very important role on our health. In our health, I don't have the time to go through all of the oils right now, because I teach an entire class on essential oil. That is also 30 minutes. You can find that class if you go to essentialmama.com/intro. That's my essential oils class. But essential oils will really support your health in so many ways. They can replace your medicine cabinet. I love On Guard, the immunity supporting blend. All of these oils, I also, I use for our immunity. I use for our mental health. I use for our skin. I use for everything, for sleep. There are a gazillion different uses for them. I encourage you to look that up further. And one thing that is coming out in the latest research also is that essential oils are able to impact our cells. And so there's a whole study called epigenetics, right? And that's how our cells are influenced by what we do and what we take. And essential oils are able to turn on good genes and down regulate other ones that are not so good for our health. So using them on a regular basis also will improve your overall health. I have used them over the last 10 years and I feel amazing. I'm 44 and no, I had no problems. Um, well, no problems. I mean, in my health, right? Essential oils really do add an extra layer of support. Love, love, love them. So they come really alongside your supplements to make you feel your best. And I love how doTERRA got rid of the guesswork, because sometimes people are like, oh, I don't know, but you get to build your collection one at a time over the course of 12 months. All right, so are you ready for your own results? Because when you take LLV or VMG and Omega and the probiotics every day, you're going to see that giving your body what it needs to function as it should, you're going to be able to live life to the fullest. And I know it sounds so cliche, and I'm saying it, I'm like, yeah, it sounds too good to be true, but it's true. I've seen it time and time again, seen it in my life. Your body is amazing. And sometimes all it needs is just the right nutrients to function properly, reduce inflammation, uh, fill the gap of these nutritional needs. And oh, look at that, my body functions good again, right? So whether you're new to doTERRA or you have your own account, I want to show you two bundles that are amazing to start with or to get equipped with if you already are in doTERRA. So the first one is the foundational wellness bundle with the VMG. And what I encourage people to do with this one, if you add On Guard soft gels or digestive enzymes, you get not only free shipping, but also a free diffuser. And like you see on the picture here, you get a free glass bottle shaker and a peppermint oil right in your first order. And then as you continue taking your supplements, you can build your oil collection for free over the course of the year. Um, some people want the oils all together as well with their first order. So that's also a possibility. And the second one is the pill version, so the LLV and probiotic, and the same thing here. You can add some product to get the free diffuser, and you get to build your essential oil collection for free over the course of the year. And the Healthy Habits Kit also is another great option, and you have a little bit more products here. You have the Deep Blue Rub, which is everybody knows Deep Blue Rub is for reducing pain and inflammation topically. Works so good. All right. So just let me know what you think and what you would like to start with, or if you already have a doTERRA account, I can help you figure out where to get what and just build your cart. I would be more than happy to help you. Just text me or send me a message on in my email here. There's options to get free diffusers, free oils. So message me. I can help you with that to get your freebies. And I hope that you have a great night and that you learn a lot. I will see you next time.